Just check it out for yourself. Follow me.
What is up, guys? Welcome to Thursday night to, of course, Bearding Without Borders. I am your host, Ray Norcross, and we are still trying to recuperate from this past weekend. If you guys weren't aware, You Matter Too went down this weekend in LaGrange, Texas, and it was an absolute blast. It was one of those T-shirts. So we're actually going to jump straight in because our guests actually have another charitable event to go to tonight, so we don't want to make them late for anything. So I'm going to bring on the one, the only Mr. Shannon Clinkenbeard and his lovely wife, Tish. Hey, guys, how are you?
What's that?
So actually, I decided I was going to give Shannon and Tish the opportunity to do the fun beard fact of the week and just kind of have some goofy time with it and see what he comes up with. So what you got for us?
So if you're into bearding very deeply, you probably know this, but how many of you know about the Russian beard token?
Yes, I love this one.
So in the 17th century, men had to pay 100 rubles as a tax for having a beard. It also entitled them to the medallion that said the beard is a useless burden. You would have to pay an extra tax if you were born in the 17th century and grew a beard. So a little tidbit, if you are walking around antique shop or something and you see, look up beard medallion. And if you see one of those, you're most likely not going to find an original. They do sell replicas though. But if you were lucky enough to come across an original, they are worth a pretty penny.
Oh, yeah.
So you used to have to pay a tax to have a beard.
So another little fun fact to add on to that, it was actually because the Tsar himself couldn't grow a beard and was extremely jealous. So he made everybody have to pay a taxation that wanted to have a beard.
There you go.
That's one of my favorite facts. We actually get a lot of these from when I first decided to do the show. Haley turned around and went on Amazon and bought 2 giant books with nothing but bearding facts, and we've been pulling a lot of that stuff out from there. So, but I do want to say thank you guys. I know you have a lot going on tonight, so I don't want to hold you up for too long. First and foremost, thank you guys for coming on tonight, and also thank you for putting on such a wonderful comp this past weekend. It was so much fun.
It wasn't just us. It was absolutely, and if you were there, you saw it. It was absolutely a community event. There were so many different folks from different clubs, different parts of the country, and some not even in the bearding community per se that lended a hand to make it truly what it was.
Like the entire event was. I've been talking about this all week. Is how seamless the event seemed to kind of run. Even when you guys had that one little hiccup waiting for some of the Whiskerinas to finally be ready, and you had to jump categories real quick. Like even that was just like, oh okay, we'll just move this over and keep going. And
well, good. I mean, we try. It's definitely a learning experience every time. But if you ever quit learning, you need to do something else. So
very true.
It was. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, and Shannon.
Oh my goodness.
I see Tanya gave him the Wi-Fi password again where he can get online tonight.
Don't worry, she'll take it away again here soon.
It was just an awesome day. It was an awesome weekend.
Oh my goodness.
So many people coming in support and actually helping run it and getting things going. Jonathan Shields there, a huge supporter of it. Jim Jones, we hope you are there next year. January 20th, 2024. Don't say you weren't forewarned.
Jim, if you need a ride, brother, we got you. Me and Haley will be more than happy to pack you down with us. So
hey, and if you bring him, you can park in the handicap spots.
Hey, absolutely.
I love some Jim Jones.
He is definitely one of my favorite people up here in this community, and he has been a wealth of knowledge that is unmatched. Like every time I get to a competition with him and spend some time, he's always a great time.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
honestly, like just seeing the different clubs come together, getting to meet some people from Austin Facial Hair, and meeting Eloy from Bearded Leo Warrior. He was really cool, and getting to experience. It's almost like a different culture down there. It's what it felt like. I kept saying that all weekend. It's like the culture's different. The culture's different, and the reason being is because it felt smooth all the way through. And I'm still reeling at the fact that we were started at 2 and finished by 6.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, granted, your guys' day started way earlier than that.
Yeah.
But the competition started at 2 and finished by 6, and I was just like, I was blown away at, like, I remember going to the restaurant and then seeing, it's like, man, it's going to be late before we get out there to the ranch. And then I was like, wait, it's only 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and that's something we strive. We don't want it to seem rushed, but we don't want there to be any dead space in there as well. You know, we want it to. We really work hard on that, is to keep it flowing, keep it entertaining. You know, it's and if you have a hiccup, you're human. You hiccup and you go on. You know, so. But
absolutely.
I think that it really did turn out well.
And we changed a lot. Well, I won't say a lot. We learned last year, so we changed a couple of things. But also, people that helped us last year came back and, totally took over the same things they did last year and rocked it. So, just like he said, it definitely is not us. It's almost like we kind of put it out there, and then everybody takes,
and everybody jumps in.
Yeah. And I've already got some notes down for things we're going to do different next year too. While it's fresh on my mind, what could we improve on? And because there's something you can always improve on. I don't care what it is. And
if I can ask, what are some of the things that you feel like you can improve on? Like, because honestly, like for me, looking outside, and I wanted to help where I could, but I know you guys kind of had everything already squared up, so I got there a little late to the party. But from my perspective, it seemed like it ran perfectly. But I want to hear what you guys felt could have done better.
So, I mean, one thing we're going to do different next year is, so actually it was communicated to me for this one, and it totally slipped my mind. We will have a custom buckle made for the craft battle.
Yes.
We're going to do that. We're going to get a nice banner. You know how we had the banner hanging up on the back curtain back there that came from Nationals. It was donated by Beard Team USA. We're going to make our own banners and get hung up back there. Some things like that. But the big, not so many changes for comp day, but there's some things that I was a little late in trying to get implemented for more fundraising efforts. So different, deadlines for funds or sponsorships for some folks. And I've got a plan for something to happen Thursday or Friday night next year that will involve the Beardos. I don't want to give away too much, kind of serving the community and making some extra funds that way as well.
I think we talked about this previously, and it just didn't come together this year. That's what I think it is.
I was a little late checking into it, and found out that you needed, a few months prior reservations to get it planned and such. So once again, still learning.
Yeah.
One thing I think that we could improve on community wise is really going outside of LaGrange and hitting, especially those cities in Colorado County where, they see a little more of the impact from the Health and Wellness Council. So, no, Jonathan.
Car washing Speedos. Yeah. In January.
Yeah.
In January.
So
I mean, your weather's not that bad. So.
Can I go back to Andrew's comment? What the top moment was?
Yes.
Oh.
I know what my answer is.
Well, give your answer.
Chicken Wing getting the trophy, or not the trophy, the Shields Award. I had tears. I can't help. That to me was one of the top moments.
I would say that is definitely up there. Chicken Wing has been a huge supporter, just a wonderful person. I mean, a heart bigger than his entire existence. I think probably the top moment, and y'all may not believe when I tell you this, but the week prior to the comp, I'd be going and doing this or doing that, or and driving around and chasing stuff down, this and that and the other, and just thinking about the comp and the experience that we had last year, the contribution that and when I say we, I'm talking about everybody watching and listening and everybody that was there and had a part in it. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about we. And I'd start getting watery eyed and just the experience of it. But then I don't know how many noticed, but right there in the beginning, whenever I was on stage fixing to announce the judges and MC and get going, when I really started talking and just looked out into the crowd, it hit me again. I had to turn around for just a minute and compose myself to where I could continue on. It's just absolutely the whole experience, the whole weekend, the whole months leading up to it is just phenomenal. The support, and the people that come up later, during or later, and just start telling their story, how they open up. And it's just a blessing. I mean, it's unbelievable how this comp, how this charity, how this movement of this touches so many people in so many ways. It's just unreal, and Chicken Wing, absolutely. And he, whenever he was up there, he told me later on, he said, I couldn't say very much or I'd have lost it. And that's awesome.
That was a top moment for me. This was one of those experiences that I hadn't, and I know I probably said it a dozen times when I was at the house and whatnot. We haven't really traveled this far out for competition, a meetup, or anything like that. But you guys were the top of my list. The moment that I met you guys back in September and you guys told me about You Matter and what it stood for, and I knew right then and there, I was like, we're going to Texas because I want to be a part of this. And getting to experience that and getting to hang out with not only you guys, but like getting to meet, Chicken Wing and Foghorn and Fabs, even though I met Fabs in September, doesn't really remember it with his plague of sickness that he was feeling.
Yeah.
And then hanging out with Boo and Monty and everybody and just feeling that love and that experience, like it was a lot. And then watching Chicken Wing get the shields where I'm like, and knowing what he does in the background, like from conversations I've had and just little things that I picked up on and seen, like it was definitely well deserved. So,
absolutely.
And he's actually in here right now. So
yeah, he's
congratulations
here now. Love you, Chicken
once
Wing.
again. Love you, brother.
I was talking a while ago about the beginning, looking out in the crowd, and I don't know how many know it or knew it or realized it, but looking out there and something that really got me was my sister and her husband was there, and then my niece and her husband, and then my great nephew yeah, was there. And they all had on the You Matter jerseys that said Tyler on the back. Tyler was her oldest son that was 13 years old that took his life the December of 21. And they drove 6-7 hours just to come to the comp and see what it was about. And
we didn't know that his sister and her spouse, I guess, was coming. So we were both in our bathroom getting ready, and somebody knocked on the door, and I was like, okay, and it was her. And so, I told her it was really good she did that before I put my makeup on, because just, their involvement and support, it felt like we were merging our families, if you would,
and you mentioned about how, the culture and stuff different down here. We had people from California, Minnesota, Wisconsin, South Dakota, both Carolinas, Florida, Indiana.
14 states, I believe.
14 states total?
Yep.
14 or 15, I think is how but watching, for me too, it all started basically on Friday night with the the pre-party, and we got to the bar at 6 o'clock, but just watching people come in the door, and of course I'm not on Facebook a lot, so he knew a lot of people that were going to be there that I didn't know, but it was just like, just watching your family walk in that door and surprise you, me not knowing they'd be there or whatever. So that's kind of when all the I guess all the emotion in the family part kicked in.
And it was really wild. Like, I was thinking about that too earlier today, about 14 states being represented out there, and just to see everybody kind of converge on one spot. And we see that from time to time, big comps. I'm sure you guys seen stuff like that at Casper and whatnot. But for some reason, it felt larger, like being down there in LaGrange. And I think it was just from the fact that we're so far from home, and just getting to see all these places kind of come together. And I hadn't really had much time with anybody from the Midwest or the West Coast, and getting to experience like people like Crystal and John Fridas. And then, of course,
wonderful people.
Oh my goodness. I know. We took a piece of Crystal home with us, So it's still sitting on my kitchen table. We have yet to figure
Hell
out
yes.
exactly what we're doing.
Click on Jim Jones's comment.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. Absolutely.
So, but just the experience, and watching you guys light up, because I watched you guys quite a bit this weekend, and just to see, I wanted to see how you guys, because like I knew Tish was very busy from the jump, and I watched you, Shannon, run around like a chicken with your head cut off the entire day. And like I said, I know you had some bumps in the road, especially with judges. You guys bounced through some judges quite a bit, but you guys rolled with the punches and was able, that we had such a group there that you were able to, flip the switch, rely on someone else to come in and fill a spot.
Oh yeah, and we still wound up with a world competition caliber. I mean,
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And there was many more there, heaven forbid that another one dropped out, but yeah. It may be tough to get people to say yes to judging next year after this year, but no, it was, Tisha and John both stepping up, and, and both of them are well seasoned behind the table and on the other side of it as well. So that was a no brainer and couldn't go wrong.
So I want to get into some pictures. We were able to snatch up some pictures. And that way we can kind of go through. By the way, I loved these banners. And
you like what?
I loved these banners. I almost pestered you to put one of those up for auction so I could take it home. I kept looking at them behind. I kept looking on the balcony. I was like, please tell me he's going to auction one of those off. But
yeah, and I think it was Crystal, mentioned that she loved my daughter, and my daughter. So I don't know any of those that realize, again, my daughter was the blonde-haired girl that worked in the beer table as well, but she's the one that actually came up with this design. She actually took a silhouette of one of my stickers and did the You Matter face, and she's also the one that did our brand for You Matter too as well.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Your daughter was awesome. I got to meet her, for a brief period while she was, when she got a chance to stop. And I can definitely, I can see a lot of you guys in her. She's got a lot of fire. That's for sure.
She's a mini him.
Yeah. She's got funk. That's for sure.
So this was the table. And I want to say that was for the craft and the Whiskerinas. And I think there was some.
Yeah, the hats were for the craft battle, and then all the we had a special kids buckle, their own style, and then we had the regular category buckles and rosettes there, and then the white and red rosettes for second and third respectively, and the best in show is right there in the middle, leaning up against Chicken Wings Shields Award that nobody knew what was in the box at that time.
Yeah, the buckles were phenomenal. And I didn't take one home this year, but I got one of those pretty red ribbons. But like just looking at some of the people's experience, like this is this is a good shot. You standing up on stage. I think Scott took this one, but
I think so, yeah. And that's not everybody in there yet. There were still folks
No.
scattered around and coming in, and yeah, it was a really good. We wound up with 72 competitors, which was about a 50% increase from last year. We just had just under 50 last year.
see, I didn't know the final count.
Yeah, wound up with 72 competitors.
This is where Shannon decided that he was going to go ahead and throw me out there and under the bus, make me come talk to everybody. I was more nervous talking in front of this crowd than I had been, just because like only some of the faces I knew. Yeah, it was just it was one of those things. Like the whole Speedo thing is still a little awkward for me.
I heard you're up in that dollar amount too.
Wait till you're wearing it on stage.
No.
And
Babs is trying to up the dollar amount. Babs is trying to up his dollar amount.
It can be daunting, looking out of that crowd, because I mean, we had several that unfortunately didn't get to make it, but it was a who's who in the bearding community there. I mean, we had some big names show up.
Oh yeah, and I think that was another thing, is just like feeling the pressure, because like I'm still trying to carve my way. And meeting Kerry was just a really fun experience.
Yeah,
I actually found out he was staying 2 doors down from us at the hotel we were at.
He and Kerry, this was his first time ever to MC, and I think that he did an outstanding job. He was nervous as he could be beforehand, but I think he settled in. I think he did a fantastic job.
Yeah, we didn't realize it until Sunday morning when we were getting ready to leave. He was outside packing his car at the same time, and I was like, I didn't know you were staying here. It was like, well, it's nice to know that we weren't me, Haley, and Chicken Wing weren't the only ones staying at the same hotel. So, but absolutely great guy. The judges panel, I'm still sad that John didn't do his freestyle, even at the judges panel.
But let me tell you, this was probably one of the more difficult to judge competitions that I've judged. I mean, some of the categories, I would say most of the categories were, just some exceptional beards and work, for the Whiskerinas too. So,
oh yeah, the beard battle was amazing to watch, by the way.
I always like it because it, this time, like we had people, the majority had never done a battle before. We had a couple that had done an online battle, but, and we even had at least one person who'd never actually even made a craft beard, from local, from the local folks. So, and there was things they did or used that surprised me, or some of the things they didn't use that surprised me. So it's just a lot of fun, and I hope to get more people up there to talk to them and kind of distract them. It makes it a lot more fun and challenging for them. So next year, everybody get up there and harass them.
I might actually jump into the beard the Build-A-Beard battle next year, though. Like, it looked like a lot of fun, and getting to experience that was another cool thing, because like I seen you guys do it online, and then to see it live was really fun to watch. Even though I kept bouncing from downstairs to upstairs, smoking cigars with Daddy Dan and the rest of them, but what I get to see was great. I love your face here, Shannon.
Like, I was waiting on him to lose it. He was right on the verge, and I was waiting on it. That was definitely a highlight right there.
Oh yeah, and you can see him trying to hold it together, and to be honest with you, it makes perfect sense of why he wanted to break down. Like there was a lot of wet eyes in the crowd that day.
Yeah,
when it come to this, so still looking for a video. If anybody's got a video of that, please send that to Chicken Wing. That was a great part. Matter of fact, send that to me. Even if you can't get it to Chicken Wing, send it to me. I'll get it to him, because I was looking for a copy of that as well.
There's got to be one somewhere.
You would think. So, pictures from the Build-A-Beard. I'm over here eating blueberries.
The lady in the sweatshirt with the cap on closest to whoever was taking a picture, She's actually one of our, was it Silver?
She was one of our sponsors. Yeah, she's that's Gina Hightower of Hightower Realty. She provided all the soft drinks. Her husband works for Brown Distributing. That was also a sponsor that provided all the alcoholic beverages for us.
And so she's never done anything like that before, but she got up there and, you know.
She looked like she was having a lot of fun. They bought a lot of stuff at the auction too.
They did. Yep, they did. Sure did. There she is.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one come across the stage. It looked really good, like for her first time. And then, of course, Miss Leslie from North Florida Facial Hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some really cool beards to come through there.
It was hard to judge this category even after having watched them.
And all those done in an hour with items they didn't know they were going to be.
Oh, Yukon.
I loved Yukon's outfit.
Or lack
of. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Or lack of.
Him coming out on stage. Oh,
Mr. Ian. And by the way, guys, the blueberries, if you know, you know. So like just watching this, and then it was cool for me to see you, Tish, because like I could tell how excited you are to come out there and give out the awards for the Whiskerinas and the Build-A-Beard. Like there was so much good content.
That's last year up there.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he found that picture.
That's last year's event. Yeah.
This little guy, he
Billy, Chris, eh?
He came up on stage. He made a beard with, you know, the battle contents, but he made it so he could compete in the kids.
Yeah, so that's the son of Susanna Milliken, and she's the director of the Fayette Community Foundation, and they just came to attend, and then they were, you know, he found out about, you know, hey, there's going to be a kids category, and he came up to me. I was over there doing registration. He said, "What do you have to do for the kids category?" I said, "You just make a beard." And he took off back to his dad, and he came back with $20. He said, "I want to do the kids." I said, "Do you have a beard?" And he's like, I said, "Hold on just a second." We took him up there to the end of the table, scrounged up extra craft items while the build-off was still going on, and Natalie jumped in there and helped him out, and he made a beard right quick and competed in the kids category.
That was awesome.
And there's our kids winner.
Yes, sir. She is such an adorable, and like that beard she did was pretty good. I know Leslie helped her out. But she was so excited. I remember talking to Leslie earlier in the week, and her kid going, "I want to make a beard," and so she came up with it, and I thought it was a good set. So.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I remember Leslie posting that her daughter was telling mom and dad, "Y'all don't feel bad because I got first and y'all only got third," or something like that. Yeah. She was giving them a hard time.
Definitely. I'm not even sure how that picture happened.
Probably Scott.
I'm guessing Scott. Maybe Aaron?
Scott did a lot of random roaming around getting candid shots.
Yeah. Miss Meg with her ZZ top.
Yeah. It was such a good surprise to see Beard Mob Indiana roll in there.
I was excited. Like I was really trying to hold that secret in. I knew about it, and like the whole way down Thursday, I'm talking with Ron back and forth, like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" Making sure Stinky, him, and Stash were doing okay on the way down. I was so excited to see them show up. Of course, Miss Jiggy. I want to know, like, I've got new goals with that mustache. Looking at Summer's mustache. Of course, Monty and Boo.
There's a couple buckle winners.
Yes, sir. There was some really good, like there was a lot of, you know, like just real creative stuff that came out this weekend in the Whiskerinas. I want to put some focus on the Whiskerinas this year, and I hope that Tish, you'll help me with that.
Of course.
So we need to get Craft Whisker on here. I need to get I've been telling Haley, I was like, you know, you could probably talk to Tish and Natalie and them about Craft Whisker, because she's starting to get the bug. She's got a Post-it note of about 8 different beards she wants to do now in creative. So
yes, Fabs, whenever we get the images from the photographer there, we're definitely going to put them on the event page.
I'm excited for that.
There's Mr. Best in Show joining us.
Oh, Mr. Don Wayne coming in.
But also,
hey,
I mean, of course, Beard Mob is there, but Beard Mob Louisiana, the whole club was there as well. So those two
And
different.
they did a lot of work going through there. And definitely, Crystal, and I appreciate that. She may be taking you up on that.
I have a whole cork board over there with with ideas. And I've got, I think, 3 beers that I've already started but haven't finished. So.
Yeah, this was a fun one. I was so happy Crystal won, and then I got to take that. We got to take that beard home.
Yeah, and then auctioned it off.
Yeah, where my wife decided to bid against me. So that was the one I was after right there.
The jersey was awesome. Yeah, Matt Sherwood wound up with that.
I know. It wasn't. We went to Reba's after the comp and got some food, and he was wearing the jersey, and I was so jealous the entire time. Mr. Jeff Ray's table made out of Shannon's wood.
Yeah.
Now, who did these? Because that was a question that I had.
I don't know who done it. I don't remember who made them, and they made them like a year ago. But those, so we auctioned off 2 of those, and those are all made from Beard Comp T-shirts, Beard Comp or Beard Club T-shirts, and there was 2 of them that we auctioned off, and the proceeds from those 2 quilts did not, and we announced it on stage, did not go to You Matter. They went to something else that I can't mention because they may not know about it yet. But so we were able to help raise some money for another cause while we were there as well.
Those came out beautiful.
Yeah.
And I was it's kind of sad to miss out, but I'm glad that we were able to raise quite a bit of money for that.
Yeah, we had Beard Leo Warrior there with some items. We had Beard Mob Louisiana there with some stuff talking about Mob Fest 6 coming up in March, and of course we had Austin Facial Hair Club there with some swag as well, and you can't in Houston, talking about that comp coming up there February 25th in Houston, and then of course our title sponsor and big supporter, Honest Amish.
Yeah, Riley cracks me up. That's my first time getting to meet Riley this weekend.
Oh, Riley's a hoot.
And watching him watch out in that dress, I'm like, I didn't know they made dresses that long.
Yeah, and he actually found that at a thrift store like Friday here in town. Yeah.
Must have got him a second chance.
Yeah, they did.
That's Mr. Alan Eckert, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Vegan Al, Team Goatee.
I don't know if anybody paid attention or noticed, but Alan's earrings were little yellow roses.
The high heels. High heels.
I loved his shoes. I was in love with his shoes.
I didn't realize it until Haley was like, "Did you see what Alan's walking in?" And I looked, and I was like, "How? How was that? How was he doing?" I was like, I give the man credit.
I think it was Chicago Nationals in 2019, I believe. Alan showed up in a pretty tight short dress with full high heels. Yeah. There ain't no way I could have walked around. I don't know that most women could have walked around in what he was wearing.
Yeah, I was jealous.
Are you asking me or are you asking Chicken Bread? Because I'm going to leave that to Chicken Bread.
No, I think he's asking you.
No, I'm going to give that to you guys. Let you guys make that decision.
No, it's a Speedo deal. So, Scott, I do not know. I have no clue who won any of the raffles.
Except me.
Yeah, she won the boot.
That's good. So you got the boot, didn't you?
I did.
I wanted that humidor too. We put in probably almost close to $100 in raffle tickets on several things, including that boot. But I was happy that you guys that you got to take the boot home. Now at the comp, you guys said that we had figured out that we had raised $15,000. But the great news is they came back with another total.
It's actually 20. So the 15,000. So what we were trying to do is we wanted to get the big presentation check and a picture of everybody, that was there. I didn't want a picture of just me handing a check to the charity. I wanted a picture of everybody there with a presentation check with a dollar amount. And we were trying to figure out, on the Square app and everything, the totals and stuff, and wasn't quite sure if everybody had paid for their auction items yet. And so and so on. So we knew that 15 grand was a very conservative number. And that's what we wrote on the check to be able to get our picture made. But after getting the tallies all done and donations and raffles and everything, we're going to give $20,000.
That's amazing. That is
So
absolutely amazing.
So in 2 years, we've raised $55,000.
Wow. The community has raised that much money to support this cause, and that's amazing.
And the deputy that we were able to raise money for them to add him to, I guess, their budget. He was there as well and got to speak, and I would hope everybody got to meet him because he's just a wonderful young man. And just a little fun fact is that we learned shortly after, I think it was 3 months into his actual doing the job, they had lowered their calls by 30% in the community. Just with him being able to work it and do the check-ins and that kind of thing. And that's huge. If you think about it's a small rural, community county, and you're lowering it by 30%. That's a huge amount.
He's definitely made a positive impact.
I got to shake his hand before we left and say thank you for the work that he's done, because he's done phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And hearing the story year over year of what the difference has been was it was just all inspiring. As somebody that has battled with depression and have lost plenty of friends to the dark side there, like to see that there's people out there that care and to move forward with that it's truly a blessing. So,
yep.
And Crystal Lance, that is so true. And I'll tell you, from moving from a city to a rural area, the need is even greater because people can't get to the city normally to get care, and they don't know where to turn for it. And that's one of the huge goals that they have, is to get resources for people who need the help, not just in telling them who, but actually, getting them contacts and that piece. So.
Yeah, that was another one. Chicken Wing just brought that up. The peace officer that
mm-hmm.
was there. Since we couldn't serve alcohol, we couldn't sell alcohol inside the building, we did like little tickets. But because of that, we had to have a peace officer there. If memory serves right, I'm making sure I'm not missing any points here. And so the crew had to pay out a fund for him, or, a fee for him to be there. Yep. And I think you said it was $500.
$300.
Or $300. Mm-hmm. And the peace officer actually saw what we were doing and gave that back to the fund.
And he also bought an auction item.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that.
Yep. He bought the knife.
Oh, nice. So, that was another cool thing. It's cool to see the county, the whole town kind of, not just all of us coming in there, but them kind of just rally together and get behind this and give the support. Mr. Joey Von Dram, good evening, sir. Getting to meet I got to meet several different clubs down there this weekend and got to experience some of that. And actually, it was nice that you get to meet Joey in person.
Yeah, Joey and Terry also been huge supporters of us. Just wonderful people.
So, once again, guys, I'm super excited with what we did. I can't wait to see what happens next year. You can count our show, our family. Me and Haley will definitely be there for you guys. Anything you need. So,
awesome.
Is there anything else you guys want to add before? I know you guys got to kind of get
I think you got it. Yeah, we gotta cut out and see if we can get to this other charity event that's going on tonight. And I just can't explain it and thank everybody enough. It's just unbelievable, the support from everybody coming together to make this happen. It's truly a community effort, and it shows.
Absolutely. All right. Well, guys, I will let you guys go and get ready. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Mad love, and be safe.
Love y'all.
Love y'all. All right, guys. That was our guest tonight. We can kind of kick around here for a little while, though, if you guys want to pop up some questions, and we can talk about a few different things. and we can kind of wrap up and do our cleanup. Miss you already. Miss you too, Fabs. Don't forget, guys, Bearded Rook for 15% off at Boston Scally. I'm actually getting some new hats in this weekend, and maybe throwing up some Boston Scally reviews up on the TikTok, and I'm be getting the Instagram set up as well. So I'll have some new content. And I'll let you guys know when that's up. Maybe you guys can go over and give us a follow, help us kind of grow onto the other social media platforms as well. Right now, kind of just, it's been a week, and I'm still kind of trying to get myself pulled together from this weekend and all the fun that we got to have, and got to meet a lot of great people and spend time and make new friends and really new family and a lot of new memories. So thank you to everyone that I got a chance to spend time with this weekend. Mr. John Fabs, Foghorn, Chicken Wing. Joey, it was really great getting to meet you. Mr. Shields, Crystal and I kind of hit it off pretty good, and Haley absolutely adores you. We actually ended up buying her beard that she auctioned off at UMatter, and thank you for putting so much attention to detail into that, Crystal. It was amazing. Everybody that was involved, if I didn't get a chance to shake your hand, then I definitely missed out. And it was great meeting you as well, Don. So many cool people this weekend. And now we get to move forward, get ready for UMatter 3 next year, January 20th. And you can already bet that me and Haley will definitely be there and ready to go. And it was really fun. There's actually a picture, and I didn't get a chance to post it up. I think it's on the Talking Beards page. We actually got a picture of all the Talking Beards Network shows that were there. Nice meeting you, Joker. We met before. We met in Indiana last year, but it was good seeing you again, brother. It was definitely an awesome event, Damon. Met a lot of good friends this weekend, and I'm definitely excited to get to see a lot of these guys going down the road. May end up back in Texas in October. Don't know for sure. Don't hold me to that. But Beardapalooza, I heard, is a hell of a time. So, but if you guys get a chance, there is a picture, and I'm pretty sure it's on the Talking Beards Network page of all the shows that were there. And that's Bearding Without Borders, Foghorn and Fabs, Talking Beards, Craft Whisker, and several other. It's on the Instagram on Talking Beards. That's what it was. If you guys get a chance, go check it out. Give them a follow if you haven't yet. All of us getting to hang out together and get a picture, because how often are we actually all going to be in the same room at the exact same time? And I do have it on my phone as well. But that was a memory that I'll never forget. And thank you guys once again. So, all right, guys, going to go ahead and start into some cleanup. And you definitely look better in the buckle than you do the Scully, Fabs. So, but we're going to do some cleanup. My next competition is coming up, and it'll be there for the Broken Cavers Adaptive Athletics North Florida Facial Hair Society's main event at the Tallahassee Highland Games, February 11th. You will find myself, my beautiful wife, Haley, and, you'll meet up with Mr. Aaron D. Johnson and Natalie as well. And that's going to be a great time. Right now, of course, Mad Viking Kentucky Beard Club is doing a snack fundraiser. We actually have an Amazon wish list that you guys can order if you're from, a little too far out to bring it to us directly, or if you want to mail it, you can just reach out to us. Got a lot of cool things coming on. If you're looking for your next event, make sure you check out the beardcalendar.com. And they definitely have some good stuff on there. Like I said, though, main event, I will definitely be there. Haley just may pop into the Crafty Lasses if she can finally make up on her mind. Also, guys, coming up February 18th, so the weekend after we get back from the main event, is the Lexington, Kentucky Polar Plunge, which I will be doing. And I thank you guys for all that donated. I also want to thank special thank you to Mr. Yukon, Mr. Danny Purdy. Thank you so much for throwing that money into me this weekend to help out. I did go ahead and raise up my limit because now that we've hit our limits and we can all plunge, we kind of had the idea of maybe trying to make it into the top 3 of the donators for the Special Olympics here in Kentucky. So if you guys get an opportunity and you would like, please go over and check out the Polar Plunge on any of my team members, whether that be me, Andrew Orton, of course, who is my cohort here on the show, Mr. Kyle Waller, Mr. Alex Larson, Brian Charms Coyne, Chad Howell. You can go on and donate with any of us and kind of give us a little extra bump to go into. Past that, of course, you've got Mob Fest 6 coming up March 2nd through the 5th down in Louisiana, put on by Beard Mob Louisiana. That's going to be a lot of fun. Going into the end of March, you have Bearded Hero Endgame, and that looks like it's going to be a big deal. Guys, that is the last one that Bearded Hero is doing, so if you get a chance, definitely need to make it out. If you're over on the West Coast, though, and you can't make it out here, Sin City Beer Coalition is putting on their 2023 battle board. Now, I'm actually really, really wanting to make that out to this one, but I'm not sure for sure if I'm going to get out that far this year. Going into that, we also have Bearded Theater coming up in August. We actually have the Whisker Roundup. It's in April, and I do apologize that I don't have that flyer up here right now. But Mr. Caveman from Wicked Whiskers and their club is putting on the Whisker Roundup, and it is a Viking edition up in Missouri. We will get that one on there as well, because that should be another one that we will be making it out to. Bearded Theater, though, is going to be a lot of fun, put on by Beard Mob Indiana. Got a lot of cool things going. Here we go. Whisker Roundup Valhalla. This is going to be a great time. Beards at the Beach. Mr. Rob Doon, thank you so much for jumping in here. That is going to be coming up October 7th in Ocean City, Maryland. May have to make that one out myself. Not sure exactly how October is looking. There's going to be a lot of good competitions going on in October. Can't forget, of course, about Monsters Ball. And Mid-Atlantic is coming up, I think, in April as well. So we're rolling straight into beard and mustache competition season. Definitely, if you guys get a chance, there's going to be one going almost every weekend, and most of them going to be spread out all across the country. Get out there, have some fun, help raise money for a good cause. Other than that, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Once again, thank you guys so much for jumping on, watching. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode. It's been an honor going into this year to do so much with the community and to get to talk to people and to tell their story and to see the work that they do with the charities and their communities. And that's honestly, that's you guys. You know, getting to be involved with you guys has been great. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart that without Bearding Without Borders, with Bearding Without Borders, there wouldn't be one without you guys. So thank you. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for the night, guys. Much love to you. Keep moving forward. Remember, always make things better than how you leave things better than how you found them. And it's not about the size of your beard. It's about the size of your heart. Mad love and leave a legacy.